How to create a budget in Delight Finance. Tap the budget icon at the bottom of your screen. It's the second icon here. Go to the top right corner of your screen, tap Create New. You'll see that there are 4 different ways of creating a budget in Delight. You can start from scratch within the app. You can create from text. This would be useful if you've written out your budget in your Notes app. You can just copy and paste it here or type it out the way you want. You can import from photo or you can import from a spreadsheet. For the sake of this video, I will be focusing on start from scratch. So we'll tap start from scratch. What would you like to call this budget? Let's call it monthly personal budget. Tap next. Any specific details about this budget, if it needs a description, you can write it here. We'll tap next. And then how much do you want to budget for this? Let's say we want to budget 500k. Next, does this budget have items? Yes, it has items. Let's tap yes, it has items, and we are done. This page is going to ask us to add the different items under this budget. Let's add the first item, tap add item, and we'll call this food. For food, let's say we spend 200,000 naira on food. Add budget item, then we'll add another item. Let's call this transportation, and let's say we'll spend 70,000 on transportation. Add item. Let's add another item. Let's call this utilities, and we'll spend another 80,000 on utilities. And for the fourth item, let's call it giving, and let's say we spend 50,000 on giving. The next item, let's say we have rent, and we'll spend all the 100,000 on rent. Now, in Delight Finance, you can add sub items under each of these items. So for example, under food, let's say we want to add groceries, and let's say we want to spend 150,000 naira on groceries. Let's add another item. We'll call this one eating out, and let's say it's 50,000. Now our budget is ready. I'll just scroll through to make sure that everything looks good. It looks good. Now, one thing to note before we continue is that you can turn on percentage mode. Now, when you tap on percentage mode, it means that you can always change the amount. So if I change this to 1 million or to 5 million, it will adjust based on the percentages. So let me show you what that looks like. Let's change this to 5 million, and as you can see, it has adjusted based on that figure. Food has now become 2 million, transportation 700k, and all of that is just following the initial percentages I set. So I'll change this back to 500k, and then I'll continue. When should monthly budget start? Let's say it starts today. And how long should budget run? Now, this is a monthly budget, so I want it to run for 1 month, but you can have a budget that runs for just 1 day, 1 week, 1 quarter, 1 year, or whatever time frame that you would like to set it for. Now, next, should monthly personal budget repeat? Because this is a monthly budget, yes, I want it to repeat automatically. But if this is a one-off budget, let's say for a project or just a target that you're setting for yourself, you can leave it to run for just 1 period. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'll say it should repeat automatically. Next, what day should monthly personal budget renew? So for the sake of this tutorial, I want it to renew on the 5th of each month. Now, what this means is that on the 5th of each month, the budget will start afresh. Now, assuming I wanted to change it, let's say something happened and I needed to change the start date of the budget, I can definitely do that. I'll show you how to do that in another video. But for this video, let's say I want to set it to renew on the 5th of each month. So I'm not going to change anything. But if I wanted to change anything, I could have picked from any of the dates here. Next, when should the repeating budget end? I don't want this to end, so I'll put never, no end date. If it's like something you know has an end date, maybe every 6 months or whatever, you can always pick an end date. But for the sake of this video, I would be saying never, no end date. Next, how should monthly personal budgets be funded? Now, you can either fund a budget manually or automatically. To fund a budget simply means transferring money from the wallet into the budget, and you can do that manually when you're ready. If, for example, For any reason, let's say you have many items on the budget and you want to be able to choose which items get funded, or you don't have all the money that you've budgeted yet, then you can select manually when you're ready, or you can select automatically from wallet. For the purpose of this video, I will be choosing automatically fund from wallet, and we're going to tap finish and publish. And as you can see, my budget has been automatically funded with whatever I have in my wallet, and I'm able to spend from my budget.